and I get a better connection. All right, we gonna talk some NBA right quick. Watching this Warriors game, Stephen Curry getting down like like 30 something points in the first half, 26 like it. You know, he never had two bad games in a row. Just don't happen with how it plays out. Hopefully the Warriors don't eat. Now, apparently it's looking like unfortunately because Rose was a really good player. He was on his way to becoming a he was fun to watch, man. You know, he gave us four good years, man. And unfortunately, his legs gave out on him, which happens a lot. You know, that's point guard is a very difficult position to play. So, yeah, I think that's unfortunate for him that his career probably is going to be cut short. But he gave it his all. I think Derrick Rose tried to come back like at least 3 or 4 times, and he just, unfortunately, him and his body just wasn't on the same page. So unfortunately, more than likely, he gonna have to retire from the NBA. He took a leave of absence, and he basically probably gonna talk with his family and decide what's the best thing for him to do. Now, also, Derrick Rose apparently, if he retires, he loses $70 million in potential endorsement money from Reebok. But I think at this time, he don't even give a damn about Reebok. Adidas. Excuse me. He loses $70 million in endorsement money from Adidas. And that is a lot of money. But you can't take somebody's money if you can't advertise their shoes, and you can't advertise their shoes if you're not on the floor playing. I mean, keep in mind, Derrick Rose is a former league MVP. So, Cleveland gonna have to make some decisions as far as what they're gonna do with Derrick Rose. Right now, Cleveland seem to be, Cleveland is turning it around. It's kind of funny now that Kyrie Irving is doing what he's doing in Boston. It seemed like LeBron James is like, hold up, now Cleveland have won 7 in a row. Even though it was Charlotte, they still beat them 100-99. LeBron James had 27 points. LeBron James, by February. Yeah, what's up? Yeah, they going. Yeah, Logic. I'm watching the game, Mom. They going crazy. The funny. Yeah. I'm watching the game right now. But I'm gonna get back to LeBron right quick. The funny thing about LeBron by February, he gonna hit the 30,000 mark as far as career points, which that's gonna be a milestone. So, and there's very few NBA players that hit 30,000. I mean, less than 10. You got Kareem, you got Karl Malone, you got Jordan, you got Kobe, you got Wilt Chamberlain, you got Dirk. And then LeBron, I think he'll be the 8th player that only has scored 30,000 points. If there's somebody I'm missing, then more than likely, I'm sure somebody will correct that for me. But yeah. So, yeah, Cleveland turned it around. Maybe LeBron decided to make a maybe LeBron trying to get back in the MVP race now because yeah, Boston, they doing big things. Hold on a second. Yeah, what up, Tia? How you doing? Nah. Logic. Derrick Rose is done. He tried to make it last as long as he could, but he can't do it anymore. And it get to a point to where you just got to be like, I can't do this shit. It's the same in boxing. When you can't fight no more, you can't fight no more. Oh, thanks, man. Appreciate that, man. Nah, it's good, man. I had a chill Thanksgiving, man. I just laid back and shit. Just ate a little turkey and shit. Couldn't go to the gym because they shut the gym down on Thanksgiving. So I'm gonna go there like late at night and shit. So be back at it. Nah, but Logic, Derrick Rose is probably done. I know that $70 million that he gonna lose from Adidas may make him go ouch, but like I said, if you ain't on the floor, you ain't on the floor. What the hell can you do? Hopefully Derrick Rose, he shows up, as possibly a analyst or something. Maybe the Bulls will give him a job or something. Maybe he'll go to NBA TV. You know what I'm saying? But I just think he can't play hoop anymore. Like I say, point guard is a very difficult position to play because one, most of the time you had a ball in your hand. Well, he could go to a speech class. Well, Steve, you right most of the time. Yeah, he dinged up too. Kawhi, he need to come back when he ready to come back. San Antonio need him. He one of them dudes. Let him stay out as long as possible. Matter of fact, let him stay out. If he can come back within 10 games, make him stay out an additional 5 and pay him. Because he too important to San Antonio. He is the franchise. Tim Duncan is gone. Tony Parker is on his way out. He is the franchise. Who, Rose from Eaglewood? Yeah, let Kawhi stay out as long as possible. Well, in basketball, they always leave out something. But apparently, oh, okay. Oh, it's a hood. Yeah, I know he from. Yeah, I know he from Chicago, but I didn't know what like. I didn't know what like party from. I mean, I know about his brothers and shit. Like they supposed to be factors and shit in Chicago. So I mean, I know about that shit. I know, I know a little something about his background though. Yeah, but Kawhi Leonard, like I said, he need a franchise player. Let him stay out as long as possible. Do not force him to come back until he's ready to come back. Because San Antonio can't do shit without him. And that's just the bottom line. Because there ain't no more Tim Duncan. Hey, what's up? Thanks, man. Appreciate that. Yeah, OKC they lost to Detroit. Well, that's how hoop go, man. That's how I go, man. You get up for a team like the Warriors and then you slack off for a team like Detroit. But Detroit seemed to be solid this year because they 12-6. You know, even though they play in the East, but Detroit seemed to have a solid team now. I always did kind of like the Pistons. You know what I'm saying? You know, a little bit. I kind of liked Joe Dumars, Isaiah Thomas as a basketball player, but not as a person because Isaiah Thomas from what as a person. But yeah, man, the East got some surprises. Oh yeah, I respect the D. I'm a you know I listen to a lot of T Grizzly. So yeah, it's this movie. Um it's one of my favorite like new movies. It came out like last year. It was called 211 and it like take place in Detroit. I saw it on YouTube. The movie good as fuck. So I recommend everybody, you know, go to YouTube and watch that movie called 211. Real good movie. Yeah, but like Detroit, they might be, you know, they might be back at it again. Have I seen the movie? Yeah, I saw it. Yeah, really good movie. People slept on that movie, but you know, they Hollywood really don't like promoting those type of movies. You know that tackle that subject matter about corrupt cops and you know chaos and shit around the city and shit. You know they just really don't like promoting those type of movies. That was one of Catherine Bigelow's better films, and they did next to no promotion. Well, yeah, the truth always hurts, and that's why people don't like to put it. Nah, Detroit was a real good movie, and it's not on DVD. Hey, what's up, man? What if it? You think the Pistons gonna win 53 games? Okay, all right, Mr. Buckets, we'll have this comment. I think Detroit is solid because they beat the Warriors. So I mean, and they didn't beat Oklahoma City. Sometimes if you have good coaching, you can make up for not having like superstars on your team. And I think that's what's going on with Detroit right now. They don't really have what you call that superstar. Like they don't have a Stephen Curry or a Kevin Durant, but they just got a solid team and shit. Just like that 2004 team that beat the Lakers. It wasn't because they didn't have any superstars. They just had a whole bunch of good players, and they played good defense, and that's why they was able. And not to mention, you know, no, you did. Hey, what's up, JT? The Sixers going to make the playoffs? That's it. Maybe. I just think, I think in the East, I guess everybody, I guess everybody tired of Cleveland going to the finals, so now everybody gonna give it they all when they play Cleveland, just like the Warriors. No, Detroit got it. They got a solid team. I'm just saying y'all ain't got what you call a marquee player. Yeah, Joe Embiid is dude is a beast. He can play. He a beast. And it's cool to finally see a big a center like putting up big numbers, man. Yeah, but JT Milwaukee like ain't really healthy. They really like, you know what I'm saying, they really rely on Giannis to like score the majority of the points. They don't have you know what I'm saying. Bledsoe is there, so I think he may make a little bit of a difference. But Milwaukee depend too much on Giannis. Even though Giannis is a motherfucking beast, though, and they got solid coach in Jason Kidd. Yeah, I think that was the problem with the NBA for really for a while, for like the last, like, you just didn't have no center that could put up no big numbers except Shaq. To me, Logic, I think if Boston get if they can get Hayward back, I still think they'll beat Cleveland, and I think they'll beat Cleveland to go to the finals. I think I'll pick the Celtics to come out the East, and I'm sticking with it. I'm not changing. I'm not changing up. I'll pick the Celtics and the Golden State Warriors in the finals. So I'm sticking with it. I think Golden State will pick it up. They just going through the motions and shit. That's usually what happens when you are. That always happens. Yeah, Logic. They need to give Nick Young more. Well, unfortunately, the season start where the season start. Well, man, with a vision, you gotta. But I think Adam Silver, he wanted more balance. Yeah, I just talked about Derrick Rose. What I don't like about Steve Kerr sometimes, um, he take too long to like make changes. Sometimes it take him too long to take dudes out, and sometimes it take him too long to put dudes back in. Yeah, Derrick Rose, JT, he's done. Who's the better closer? Well, if you saw what KD did last year to Cleveland, you should already know the answer to that question. But Kyrie, if it is the Boston Celtics and the Golden State Warriors, this will be the highest rated series in NBA history. Period. And you could book it. Uh I think we long past that. You know what I'm saying? You know, the Astros got hot at the right time. We gonna be way long past that. So, like I said, I think the Warriors will get it together in the playoffs, and I just think they'll be ready for anybody. Nah, Mr. Buckets, I don't think. I'm telling you, I don't think. I don't think. Cleveland coming out the East this year. They LeBron didn't. What y'all gotta understand, whether LeBron didn't play for Miami or whether he didn't play for the Heat, LeBron didn't been to the finals like 8 years straight. Nah, I don't know what's going on with the Draymond Green thing. Hello? Nothing, just chilling.
We gonna get this Washington Clean back kick.
Talk to you later. Give me like 30 minutes and we'll talk about it. I think it'd be one of them in obscurity because Bulls have a reputation of just being cheap. They don't want to pay people anyway. Yeah, JT. I just think that like we got to send somebody else there now. See, the Warriors only been hot for like the last 4 years, and then have to rotate it back. That's just how the NBA work. Everybody good run. They wanted to go. This take LeBron then went like fucking 8 years. That's what I'm saying. LeBron then went fucking 8 years in a row with two different teams. Mr. Buckets, Lonzo Ball is who he is. Numbers. At best, he may have a career average of 12, 14 points a game. I don't think he ever gonna make an all-star unless by the grace of God. I don't think he ever gonna be an MVP candidate, and I just think he gonna be an okay player. I mean, he seemed to be a solid rebounder, but that's about it. He can't score worth shit. Yeah, that's the only thing they gonna say about LeBron. He went to more finals than Jordan, but Jordan won more finals than LeBron. That's about the only thing that they're gonna be able to say. If you want to make that comparison. Now, Mr. Buckets, he can't change his shooting form because it is what it is. When you play hoop, if you don't change your shooting form by like high school, that's pretty much it. He's stuck. Look, just like they couldn't get Tim Tebow to change his throwing form, you just can't do that when you get to the pros because it's too little, too late. So he's stuck like that. I mean, if you want to get technical, LeBron is 3-4 in the finals, and it's a question of how he got two of them. Well, I've already told people how I feel about LeVar Ball. My feelings haven't changed. I feel like he really made it hard on his son. Kawhi's wasn't as bad as. Come on, man. Have you seen how Lonzo shoot the ball? That shit is horrible. Like when I play hoop, like where I used to fuck up when I played hoop. People got to teach you push the ball forward, and sometimes people turn the ball with their hands, so that alter your shot. So you have to push the ball up forward. I used to have to work. A lot of times when you playing hoop, people forget how to shoot. You have to really like perfect your form. That's what I'm trying to tell you. It's hard when you used to shoot in a certain way. It's hard for you to like learn how to adjust it. Let me ugh. Like I said, I just think Lonzo just gonna be an average run of the mill point guard. I don't think he just ain't gonna be no dude that's gonna like put up Gary Payton numbers. He not gonna put up no 20,000 points. So you can forget about that. And as far as Jordan go, yeah, that's the problem. That's the key thing about Jordan. That's why everybody say he the GOAT, because he never went to a game 7, and he never lost the finals, because every time he won 3 in a row, he would quit. So he never had the luxury of playing a team that could beat him. Yeah, but Mr. Buckets, as I said, I grew up in Oakland and I saw Jason Kidd play. He had better vision than Lonzo ever could have. And he was a better passer, and he could slash to the hoop a little bit better than Lonzo can. Now Lonzo can rebound pretty good, but Jason Kidd just had better vision. He truly made his team better. And the question is Lonzo making the Lakers better? And I would have to say absolutely not. I think if they had a more experienced point guard in there, they would have won a lot more games. I think they would be over 500. Well, that's that. Well, they only go talk about they only go talk about the times he went to the finals. Yeah, he has a horrible free throw percentage too. Nah, he not making the Lakers better. I just think if y'all had a more experienced point guard, y'all would be well over 500. I think Kuzma is y'all star. Now, let me talk about the Jordan thing. Yeah, Jordan didn't go to the finals a lot, but because I keep telling you, Bill Russell is the greatest winner of all time. 11 rings. 11 rings. 11 rings. To me, I think Lonzo was a dude that they should have like brought off the bench, and I think they should have tried to sign a veteran point guard to help tutor him, because they don't have no choice. Because one, they stuck with him. Y'all gotta understand the pressure that's going on with the Lakers behind the scenes with this dude. We really gonna see what's gonna happen after the season over. San Francisco State. Yeah, it was two different. Well, I'll put it to you this way: it don't matter whether it was two different leagues, whether it was a little bit different. The man still won 11 championships. You can't. The man won a ring for each finger plus one. And then, not to mention Lonzo Ball. If there's a scuffle, he ain't fucking with you. He going the other direction. So that's one thing. Wasn't a good look.
Trying to reach you.
I'm gonna call him in a minute.
Okay, I told you about it, so call it back. I told you. All right.
Nah, like I said, it's just a lot of pressure behind the scenes in LA. Like I said, they really evaluating the situation with him, his pops, the other shit with his brother. Trust me, it's gonna be a lot of secret meetings about the balls, after the NBA season. Trust me. They're gonna be analyzing this situation. Is this dude worth all the trouble? Because if I think they can go back to that draft, I don't think they would have picked him like number 2. Should have took Fox. But hey. But they pressured Magic Johnson to take that dude. Do I think he gonna get traded? Well, it just depends on how the Lakers finish, and it's gonna be up to the team. Y'all still think LeBron going to the Lakers? I don't think nobody would take Lonzo right now. Because y'all got to understand, when you deal with Lonzo, you got to deal with his pops. I keep telling y'all they a package deal. And if you a GM or an owner, do you want to deal with that shit? Yeah, to a certain degree he did. I just think it's a lot of, you know what I'm saying? Homeboy LeBar never played in the league, and you would think dude was like a 11-time All-Star. He scored 25,000 points, and he won 4 league MVPs and 2 finals. The way he talk about his son, the man never even got a lick at the NBA, but he think he know more than any GM, any player, any owner. So I mean, that's the funny part about him. See, everybody think LeBron James possibly coming to the Lakers because he got a house in LA. But everybody knows most of these basketball players have houses, like they have a house in California, they have a house in Vegas, they have a house in New York, and they have a house in Miami. So that don't really mean anything. Like I said, he might have been better going to a small market team. I bet you the Celtics are glad that they didn't. I'll bet you right now, Danny Ainge is going. Well, I guess we didn't need him. Yeah, I don't think LeBron is going. I don't think LeBron going nowhere. Cause you know why? Because LeBron James is going to be the owner of the Cleveland Cavaliers eventually. Oh yeah, I know the Cavs on a 7-game win streak. They picking it up. I mean, they getting it together now, but like I say, the real test is gonna be when they start like traveling. You know, they got to see Boston again. They got to see the Warriors 2 times. So yeah, that's what I'm saying. What NBA player don't got a house in Cali? Or like I said, he may not have a choice. Trust me. Of it, look, LeBron gonna own the team one way or another. If not, he gonna start his own. He gonna start his own league, and I just don't think he going. I just don't think he leaving Cleveland. If Cleveland all about like trying to win championships, they gonna probably use picks and shit, and make trades and shit, and make deals and shit. Do I think Paul George is staying in Oklahoma? Depends on how they do. I mean, if they go to the conference champions, go to the Western Conference Championship, and they face the Warriors, why leave? Because if you put a couple of more pieces there, you might can beat the Warriors. So I don't. That would be foolish for him to leave, even though he's from LA. Yeah, Detroit is a big city, but then it just got a small media. You got to understand, Michigan is a small state. The biggest city there is Detroit, more than likely. I think George. I think it's 50. A lot of dudes want to play home and shit. Me myself, I don't recommend you play in your hometown. They moved they moved the Pistons downtown. They don't play. Shit, Mr. Buggers, I don't think if you keep getting knee injury, shit, it ain't that much you can do if you keep having surgery after surgery. Some people's body is not as strong as other people's. I just think he tried to make it last as long as he could, but I mean, what is Derrick Rose? He like what, 30 now? What, 29 or something? That's when them, like around that 30 age, that's when that shit. Hey, what's up, K Black? Because when you hit that 30 range, that's when you start getting them injuries that don't go away as quick. Yeah, I just think LeBron James gonna eventually he gonna own the NBA franchise. Auburn Hills was like a out. Where do they play now? I didn't even know they had a new stadium. Oh, okay. Oh, I see. I didn't even know they had a downtown stadium. KD versus Russell, nothing. That shit happened all the time. Much to do about nothing. What's the new stadium called? It's called Little Caesars Arena. Hey, that's funny that you brought up. Yeah, I always think of Grant Hill as a what could have been if he wouldn't have got hurt. Grant Hill was a beast. It's called the Little Caesars Arena. Oh boy. I had no idea that Auburn Hills was that far away from Detroit. That's like the 49ers stadium. Like the fucking 49ers stadium is like a 40-minute drive from San Francisco. It ain't even in San Francisco County. It's like in Santa Clara County. Oh yeah, of course I remember Brandon Roy. Yeah, Brandon Roy was a beast. Yeah, he tried to make a comeback, but it didn't work. From them moving it, I mean, San Francisco is just really the next city over. I mean, it ain't really gonna be that big of a deal though. The Raiders, that's a different story. The Raiders, that's a different story, but the Warriors, that ain't really no big deal because I used to go to the Giants games when they was at, so I used to go to A's games, Giants games, 49er games, and Raider games. So it ain't gonna be that big of a deal. Now, if they was moving to like somewhere like, Arizona, then that would be that big of a deal. But nah, it ain't really bothering me that much. Even your cousin said Sean Kemp is a. Well, here's the thing with Sean Kemp. Sean Kemp was on his way to being a legend, but then he ate himself out of the NBA. Because after they had the lockout shit, he just got incredibly fat. He got a big contract and he just got, he just didn't take care of himself. And he, like I said, he would come into camp out of shape. But Sean Kemp was a beast. Nasty dunker. I mean, you know what I'm saying? he had a solid series against Chicago in the finals, but he was just one of them dudes. After he got the contract, he didn't care. He got that big money, and that was pretty much it. And that happens to a lot of guys. Dude, I don't think Derrick Rose will be. I don't think Derrick Rose will get to the Hall of Fame. He just didn't have enough. He didn't put in enough work. He had four really good seasons, and then it went downhill. Like he didn't put in enough work. Like I keep saying, I know Tracy McGrady is like always the big argument about the Hall of Fame, but I just don't think Derrick Rose gonna get in there. Yeah, Vin Baker ate himself out the league too. Yeah, Kemp was nasty until he got fat. See, this is the thing with Karl Malone. Karl Malone was a great player, but man, it was just some things you would just hear him say in interviews that would kind of turn you off, especially if you was a brother. When he said in the interview that he was a black redneck, I was kind of cool with him because he would just say Karl Malone would say some coon shit a lot, that'll just kind of like, nah, I'm good, man. Oh, Mookie is he one of them forgotten players. Yeah, Craig, that nigga Karl Malone said he was a black redneck. At first, I said, man, oh, I'm good, man. Karl Malone would just say some punk ass shit. Look it up. Yeah, when they had that lockout, instead of Sean Kemp, going to the gym, he fired up the grill. So I mean, well, I mean, he was stuck in Utah. I mean, that's the Mormon state. Keep in mind, in Utah, you can't drink on Sundays, and you need to get like, if I'm not mistaken. Now, here's the funny thing about Utah. They supposed to be this Christian-based state, but then you allowed to legally have 2 wives in Utah. Nah, Mr. Buckets, that's what Sean Kemp did. Him and like the other dude said, Vin Baker, instead of going to camp, he fired up the grill. He barbecued. He elected to barbecue steaks and ribs and shit instead of staying in shape. So, I mean, it happens. He might have been sober. I wouldn't live in Utah. Nah, Utah, you got to get a permit to drink. They be on some real shit they be on some real shit in Utah. Yeah, Chantel, you didn't know you could be a bigamist in Utah. It's legal out there. Bigamy is legal out there. You can marry 2 wives. I mean, I'm gonna tell you right now, you ain't gonna find too many sisters out there, but they got a lot of snow bunnies and they got some Samoans out there. So I mean, hey, have at it. I'm gonna tell y'all a quick story about Karl Malone, right? You know his wife, y'all know they used to call him the mailman, right? So when he started dating his wife, right, and they found out she was dating the mailman, she thought that she was dating the first black postal worker in Utah. So what does that tell you? That's what she said. She thought he was the first black postal worker in Utah. Nah, Chi-Town, that's what they thought. She thought that he was the first nigga that ever got to work at the post office. So when I found that out, I said, well, shit, I don't need to go there. They ain't got no niggas that work at the post office in Utah. Well, of course, they would love a place like that. You know, they got to put their Panda Expresses out there and shit. So, of course. Well, he tried. I don't know if you know, Mr. Buckets. Google Karl Malone makes a pass at Kobe Bryant's way. Karl Malone walked in the locker room wearing some cowboy boots in a cowboy hat, and he walked up to her and said some shit like, she said, I'm looking for Mexican girls or some shit. Y'all gotta look at. Well, Tia, you made the right choice by not going out there to college. It is true. Nah, Mr. Buckets, it is true. Yeah, okay, thanks, Tevin. Yeah, he said something stupid like that. Yeah, he said he was hunting little Mexican. Oh, Howard University. Okay, right on, right on. Well, like I said, Chi-Town, if you ever go to Utah, you can marry two chicks at the same time. You literally can get your Jack Tripper on. You know, like Three's Company. You can walk with two. You can walk with two chicks on your arm. No, I'm serious. Yeah. So if you ever go to Utah, you can get your Jack Tripper on from Three's Company. You like. Well, I think it was Detroit that made. I think it was Detroit that made sure Karl Malone didn't win a ring, because Detroit put it on him. Yeah, Craig, you remember Three's Company? I used to call myself the Black Jack Tripper because I used to have two on. I used to have one on each arm every once in a while. So. See, for y'all youngins, y'all probably don't know what Three's Company is. If you know what I'm saying, you got to Google that Jack Tripper and shit. He was the ultimate white player. Oh, okay. Yeah, K Black. I don't want to go no place where where they don't have that many postal workers and shit, so that's like a bad sign. So I mean, you know what I'm saying, if they think Karl Malone was the first black postal worker, so I mean that's enough said. What's the nigga's name? Rasheed Wallace. Rasheed Wallace in the Hall of Fame. Yeah, Karl Malone so did try to wrestle. Yeah, he came to he came to the WCW driving a pickup 18 wheeler because he owned a trucking company. Shit. Well, you got to remember that he hit that like dunk. That was sort of like the explanation point, and I was. You think Big Ben should over Rasheed Wallace gonna probably be one of them dudes. He gonna get in like hella long from now. Hey, he gonna have he gonna get the Mitch Richmond treatment. He gonna get in 15 years after he retires. He may get in. He ain't gonna get in for a while. Oh, Dan Marley. Yeah, he was okay. He was okay. Now I think, hey, Chauncey Billups, he gonna get in. He ain't gonna get in like on his first. He ain't gonna get in on the first ballot. Chauncey Billups probably gonna get in like his third year eligibility. And then I know the people in Detroit gonna be mad because they gonna say, well, why did Tracy McGrady get in on the first ballot? You know what, JT? Robert Horry is always the most intriguing question about the Hall of Fame. Should he get in or he should? I say he get in for what he did in the playoffs. Hey, what's up, AKA? Yeah, that's true. Yeah, but you know what it is? A lot of people like discount like defense and what it contribute to winning. Me myself, I think defense is very important. But you know those writers. That's why I keep saying writers should not be the sole purpose and the sole reason people get into the Hall of Fame, because defense plays a very big role in whether you win or succeed. But who am I? Yeah, JT, Robert Horry was special in the playoffs. He always worked magic in the playoffs. Like I say, he got a shitload of highlight reels in the playoffs with Houston, San Antonio, and the Lakers. Nah, Chauncey is gonna get in. I guarantee it. I just don't think he gonna get in on the first ballot. Yeah, you absolutely right. A lot of these writers, y'all gotta remember, these motherfuckers go by people they like. He was what you call the forgotten guy. That's the only reason why Mitch Richmond did get in, and that's another thing. They really need to like get this Hall of Fame shit right. To be honest with you, the Pistons damn near swept the Lakers if Kobe Bryant wouldn't have hit that shot. Well, I mean, they got three. Shit, you can't take that away. Shit. Mitch Richmond, look him up. He was a beast. Hey, Mitch Richmond, I'm going to tell you something. I'll tell you how good Mitch Richmond was. Michael Jordan went on record and said out of everybody that he had to guard, he said Mitch Richmond gave him the most trouble. That came out of MJ's mouth. That came out of Michael Jordan's mouth. He said out of everybody he had to guard, he said Mitch Richmond gave him the most trouble. So, Mitch Richmond, if the Warriors wouldn't have ruined that Ron TMC team, I think he could have stole a ring early in his career if it wasn't for stupid ass Don Nelson. Yeah, we know those writers be having vendettas against the players. Oh, he wouldn't give me an interview. He was mean to me. Man, fuck that shit, man. Who cares? Don Nelson out here. He was known for fucking up good teams. That's why he never won shit. Nah, you know what it was, aka Allen Iverson. He was just too fucking good to deny. He was just too good. He was too good. He was just too good. Well, that was the egomaniac Don Nelson. Oh. Well, here's the thing, Anthony. Campaign to get Penny up in there. There's certain guys, whether they had a short career or not. Penny was like a 6 or 7 time All-Star. He went like 7 times straight. Yeah, the thing they gonna say about Penny, they gonna say he didn't win nothing, and they gonna come up with something like Tracy Brady. He opened up the argument for who should get in, who shouldn't be in, or who should have been got in. Because like I say, Tracy McGrady getting on the first ballot, he opened up the floodgate. Craig, I don't see. I bought both pair of those pennies. It's I thought scoring. Do I think Scottie Pippen is an all-time top 50? You know what? I'm gonna have to do a whole video about that. I'm gonna have to do because Scottie Pippen is like a contract. People say he's overrated. Then some people say he don't get enough credit. I would. Yeah, so I might have to bring Ticket TV in on this one. Yeah, Scottie Pippen on D. Long ass arms and shit. on the shit, and I'll be back and we'll continue this more NBA talk.